Hola amigos investors, welcome to my channel. My name is Juan Estrella and I'm going to talk about JinkoSolar holding. So let's get started. Okay, JinkoSolar holding CO is the world's largest solar panel manufacturer. It gets its revenue from clients around the world, but mainly from China, USA, Japan, Germany, and the United Kingdom. There is another countries, but this is the main customers for the moment. The main competitors we have are China Solar, Canadian Solar, JI Solar, Jingle Solar, Hanwha Q Cells, Suntec, LDK, and Rec Group. Now let's jump into the numbers. Right now I just want to show you the PE forward, the PE current PE we have currently of the 18.23. The forward PE is a 16.33. And as you remember, less than 20, that's a very good sign, so I like this forward PE. The price to book, currently we have a 1.69. I would rather prefer it would be nice if we can have one or less, but that's okay. 1.65 is fair. Okay, so now we can just check the price to sales. As you see, basically it was an average between the a max of the 0.79, but currently we have an 0.51, so that's a very good sign. Remember that if we have a 1 or less, that would be great. So this number of 0.51, that's a very good number. Now the total equity, right now we have a $1.81 billion for the last report, and yeah, this is also a pretty good number. We have currently more assets. Now jumping to the next one that I just want to tell, it will be the current ratio. As you see, basically the last reports, basically we have an average of 1.04. That means that if we have at least a value of 1, that means that they will be able just to pay all their debts, but I would rather prefer just to have a 2 or more just to be safe. But at least 1, that's pretty good. Now we just want to compare the sector median. Currently the sector median, the average for these specific companies, the average will be 35.01, and against the JKS, basically we have 26.22. So also this is a very good sign. I like this number. This one I just want to show you about that currently this stock is not offering a forward dividend. So yeah, we don't have a right now. For the people who wants to just own these stocks for dividends, we don't have this one. Okay, so now we can just jump how is the behavior of these stocks. So basically it was just this is a very good stock also for swing traders. Currently by the time I'm just recording this video, it closed at $57.99 per share. So yeah, as you see, basically we can just compare the pulling indicator. Yeah, that's it's in the lowest points, at least for this the last periods. And if we can just jump to the relative strength indicator, and right now it's an average of 40 points. So that means that it is overselling, but not too much. And basically it's just below the average. So that's okay. Okay, so now we can just jump to the valuation. Okay, just let me zoom in a little bit. Now the valuation for this specific stock, we will just start with obviously from the scratch, and currently the forward PE ratio in comparison for the last years, for this year, there is an average of 14.27. 2020 it was an average of 14.20. 2019 an average of 4.83. Basically 2019 it was a loss, so that's the reason we have a negative of minus 28.25. 2017 it was 12.41. 2016 7.42. In 2015 6.80. And yes, and I just want to mention, at least for the max amount, the max that we have actually is it was in 2000. Actually this year of 14.27, so you can just take in mind. But yes, remember that right now this is basically a company that I just want to grow, and actually there is a lot of potential. So yeah, I don't feel very concerned about that data, but yes, just take in mind for the last years. one of the best news that we have, at least, it was in January 4, reported by Sachs Equity Research. Basically, it says that JINKOSOLAR module generate 550 megawatts in Australia. So basically, JKS recently announced that its high efficiency modules power more than 1/3 of the combined capacity of solar's PV installation in Australia's solar utility sector, and which itself stands at 1.5 gigawatts. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so now just let's jump into some specific data for earnings per share. For the last quarter, we have basically a nice earnings for 2 cents per share. And well, but we can just check it here for the last report. It was in the December 7, 2020. Basically, the investors they were expecting an earnings of the 74 cents. However, it was only 2 cents of earnings. So basically, it was lower than expected as 96.99%. Something that I just want to show you again, the earnings per share in comparison for the last year. Actually, this is the only one of the data that I don't like it. But yes, we just need to make fair with this company that is growing. So that's the reason the earnings is they are not having a lot of earnings currently, because they are basically investing to just grow. Okay, so basically in comparison for the last year, we had in 2019, the earnings per share was the $1.70 against the last quarter in 2020, it was the 2 cents per share. So yeah, this is one of the few data that I don't like to see, but yeah, we need to show them. Okay, so now let's jump into the technical analysis. So yeah, we have just a nice growth since September average. Yes, as you see, just keep growing, and it was just stopped to at least the max of $90.30. Right now, it was in average. We have a nice up and downs for this. So actually, for example, for all the swing traders, yeah, this is a very good, nice stock to buy. Currently, I just identified two different we have a different resistance. The first one that I identified, and just let me zoom it a little bit. The first one we identified, it was the $82 per share. Now the second resistance, we have a 72.84. The next one, it was not very clear, but at least it was an average of $66.29. And finally, we have another resistance of 59.26. But yes, at least I just want to let you know that this is not very sure, because actually, even though that we have a resistance, it seems that it's not very strong, because as you see, we can just compare. Basically, it's not enough time just to see that we have a strong resistance. So if this stock broke this resistance, we may have a very big fall. So in this area, below the $57, that would be great just to buy the stocks before we can have a jump again. This is a probability, but yes, it's showing from the last data that we just compared. I think this is a very good sign to grow. Okay, investors, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video. Please just put me in the comments what do you think about the solar sector, if it's a good stocks to buy, not only JKS but also another different stocks that maybe we can check together. Okay, well, see you, and thank you so much.